All right, now I'm going to screen share with y'all.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to show you guys, it's something I had started a while ago for my class, but more or less, I'm just going to give you a rundown of what the alphabet is. Okay, so first of all, this is the alphabet, but this is the pictographs. So I like the pictographs mainly because it straight up tells you what it is without having to know Hebrew. Okay, so this is the first letter, this is the Aleph, and this is the Ta. We read from right to left. And this is the entire thing here. So I did this one kind of backwards because it was done on a regular keyboard. So this one starts on the left when it's actually supposed to start on the right. But you can see Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Wa, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samach, Ayin, Pei, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, and Ta. Okay. So, and then this is a guying, but there's speculation of what that one really is, but I just thought that was interesting. Looks like a little DNA strand. So the Aleph means power, authority, strength, leader, also known for the father. And a Ta is a mark, a signal, or a monument. So, oh yeah, also this is a crown. I love this because this was done a while ago, guys. This has nothing to do with what I've been doing recently. So crown, keep in mind the Aleph is the crown. Okay. To teach and to learn. So those are the it's about function. Okay, so how we talked about before about seeing people who have horns isn't actually like an evil thing. It's meaning like they were shining from being in the presence of God. It was like a holy thing. Horns were meant like with authority. So it also means to teach and to learn, because what the oxen do, they're the leaders and they teach the other oxen how to, the older oxen are strapped to the younger oxen to teach the oxen how to work the fields. Also means to utter, also means one, and it also means 1,000 or 1,000-fold. This also means to mark off or mark out, which you think about it, if you want someone to sign here, you put an X and say sign here, marking what they need to pay attention to, but also you put a mark if you're trying to X something out. To designate, to desire, to imprint, to scratch. Okay, so Aleph and Ta. What was that?
I'm sorry, I just said imprint. I love that word.
Yeah. So Aleph Ta actually translates directly to the word you, which I think is awesome because literally you are the Father's mark. You, Y-O-U. Remember what we were talking about? Me, myself, and I is the opposite. So it's the two of us together. You are the light, I am the dark. The two of us together are the direct image of the Father, not just one of us, but all of us combined, the light and the dark. So I'm just going to show these ones. This is from a totally different study, but so Beit, the one in the red, means family, house, body, or inn. It could mean several different things, and this is the kind of implications that you have to think about. So it means house or body or family. Well, if you look at this is the actual model of a house. So you come into the door, and this is where the men would be guarding the door. The women and the children would be on the inside of the house in a protected area. So think about what a house is, right? So a house could be where your family lives, or it could be your physical body that houses your insides, or it could be the house of the dead, which is a grave. So that this Beit could not just mean a house, but it could mean a grave. This Beit could also mean a prison, because prisoners, their house is a prison. So a house full of prisoners is a prison, right? So you have to think of what the meaning is in a broad spectrum, not just, how English is taught up to put up these walls and it can only mean one thing. Okay, so Gimel means okay, so it means several different things. It's camel, and it's also a foot. So this picture here is actually just a little bit different. It's kind of backwards, almost. The regular Gimel kind of looks like a check mark, but this is basically the same thing. So back in the day, how they would get their messengers would be either by foot or by camel. This G is also known as the C in the English language, or in several different languages, but I'm just gonna keep going here. Sorry. Okay, the dalet, which is a it's supposed to be like a swinging motion. So a swinging motion, meaning going back and forth. It could be a door, a portal is another way you could say it, a mirror, to move, space and time, an entrance or a pathway. So, okay, this one is hey. It is to look, to reveal, breath, revelation, or ruach, the spirit. But it can also mean, this is the number 5, so it can also mean the 5 senses. Wa is a man, number 6, which is the number of a man. I think that's about as far as I went. Oh, okay. Zayin, it is to cut or to divide, to that. This is where they would open up the earth to put the seeds in. So this is also a sexual connotation, and it's called an adult model, meaning the act of, plowing is what it is. It's a plowing tool. So.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. I'm gonna stop this share. That's all I had for that one. Now, the reason that I was showing you that is because that ties into this one. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Aleph Bet. So here's the Aleph Bet Gimel Dalet going this way. So the first 9 here, the second 9 here, or second set of 9 here. And then the third set right here is where Ta is. These final 5 are actually the final sophites. Oops, my bad. These 5 are the final sophites. So Kaf is a final letter, Mem is a final letter, Noon is a final letter.
What do you mean by final sophite?
Okay, so let me
Break that down.
Okay, let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold up. Let me go to this page. Okay.
It's like imagine you dealing with people that don't know nothing about none of this.
Okay, so this is what a mem typically looks like. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what a mem typically looks like. I guess I should have just done the whole Aleph Bet. So Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey.
So it's in 3 forms. Is that what it is? It's 3 different forms.
Yes.
Of the same thing.
Of the same thing. Almost.
Kind of.
Or
Okay,
I don't know.
so this right here, this
similar.
What I'm showing you right here, this is how you will read it in the Bible. So this Aleph is the ox head. This Bei is the house. This Gimel is the
L, the foot.
Yeah, the foot.
Okay.
The Zayin is the plowing tool. The Hay is the spirit, or I mean, that's not the Zayin, that's the Dalet. The Dalet is the door. The Hay is the spirit. Okay, so that's
so you can literally see it, even if you couldn't read.
Right. So that's this is what you're gonna read in the Bible. What I'm showing you over here, this is the same exact thing as those. This is just the pictographs. So what I'm going to show you is, I'm just going to show you.
So it's like calligraphy.
Yes.
Like
so this one
Hebrew
is the final sophite, or this is the regular mem. This is a mem sophite. So this is the same letter. This is the same letter. There's only 5 letters that do this in Hebrew. So there's the, I guess I should do them in order. So, okay. So you have the kaf. So this is what a kaf normally looks like. And this is what a kaf looks like as a final sophite. So kaf, mem. Next is noon. This is what noon normally looks like. This is what noon looks like as a sophite. Okay.
So is the sophite the same as a pictograph? Or are there 3
the pictographs are the exact same. They don't change.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what did you just say, Charlie? What did you just say before that? You said something.
So
say that again.
These letters are modern Hebrew.
Yes.
Called flame lettering because it's like calligraphy.
Yes, exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you look over here on this one, you'll be able to see. So I said the kaf. This is the kaf right here. You see it's over here again as one of the finals. So kaf, kaf.
Right.
There's mem. Here's noon. There's noon. Pay, sadi, sadi.
Why did they change them up? That's a little bit like they got switched up a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly, when I was learning this, everybody told me to ignore the final sophites. So I kind of did. I never, like, when I would use the mem. So the only time this ever appears. So say I'm writing the word dam, which is dalet mem. Well, since the mem lands, it's one of the final sophites, and since it's landing at the end of the word, I wouldn't put it like that. I would have to put it like this. So instead of, it's still the same word, but this is just showing the final sophite. Now, why they
Okay.
do that, I don't know, but like I said, I always ignored it and just always put this regular mem right here.
Right.
I think the Greek language kind of does this too. We're depending on. I'm not sure.
So basically what these are is these first ones, these first 9, this A stands for an archetype. The second set stands for the inner meanings, and this last set stands for the outer meanings. So for an example, the Aleph, it has several meanings. Okay, actually, let's just do the Yod. So the Aleph, we already know it is the leader, the strength, the father. The Yod, now the Yod has several meanings. It's a picture of a hand. This is a picture of a hand, but it's not just a hand. It also means to throw something or to worship. Anything you would do with a hand, you would protect with your hand. So it is the function of a hand. Well, this makes sense now. And the same thing with the kaf. The kaf is a picture of 2 hands cupped together. It's the palms of your hands. So the kaf is your hand, but it also is your soul. Look at the palms of your hands contain your soul, just like the palms of your feet contain your soul. So they have outer and inner meanings, which makes sense once you get to this one. This, I know it's going to mean the inner meaning. So this is going to mean my soul, okay? Because it's with the inner meaning. This one's going to be the outer meaning because this is the outer meaning. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And in the way this vortex math works, Aleph is 1, Yod is 10, Kuf is 100. So the way the math works, these are all ones because a 10 is just 1 plus 0, which still equals 1 because you don't keep double or triple digits. So the same thing with the 100, it's 1 plus 0 plus 0, which is still 1. So all these numbers are 1. All of these numbers are 2. All of these numbers are 3. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So now that we understand that, that's where this comes into play. So this one is, this is what started it all for me, was we're going to start at the 1. We go down to the 2. Then we go down to the 4. Then we go up and cross over to the 8. Then back to the 7, back to the 5, and then back to the 1. Well, the 3 and the 6 and the 9, and the 9 are all looking over these side things. Well, here's the other part of it that I'm going to need help with. I know that this triangle also needs to be flipped upside down, and there's more meanings to this. I've only figured out this one half of it through Abba, thank God, but there's more to this part. So this is the part that I've been talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this right down the middle. Okay. And
you know, it does that biblically too in many places.
What,
like I can show you, it splits it right down the middle.
Yeah.
What heaven is the top and hell is the bottom.
Yes. And in the reality, like, I really do believe that what was above is really below. And this makes sense. This so much sense to me once I really get into it. So we're going to separate, keeping our same numbers that we were doing over here with our 3, 6, and the 9 excluded. And then we're going to keep the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 sequence. Okay. So we're going to separate it. The 3 is at the bottom. The 6 is at the top. And the 9 is overlooking it all. Okay. So this is what our 3s are. Because remember, the Gimel is 3, the Lamed is 30, and the Shin is 300. So what this stands for is